Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Please excuse me. I've been a little under the weather, but it is an honor and a privilege for me to be here today. My name, for those of you who may not know, my name is Joy Nelson. I'm a candidate for City Council, District 1. I'll give you a little background about myself. I graduated from Point Competent Central in 1995, graduated from Southern University in 1998 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Education. I taught in Point Competent Parish, I've taught in Iberville Parish, and I've also worked for the Louisiana State Department of Education. I also have a Master's in Education degree that I acquired from Southern University in 2002. And I would just like to list some of the goals and objectives that I will work on if the citizens of New Rose will give me an opportunity to support them in City Hall. Our senior citizens and single parents are paying too much for utilities. I will work hard with the mayor and fellow council members to lower our utilities. I will work collaboratively with the mayor and my fellow council members to maintain our neighborhoods. I will work collaboratively with the mayor and my fellow council members to make sure that our streets are safe and clean. I will work collaboratively with the mayor and my fellow council members to continue to promote and support youth recreational initiatives. I will work collaboratively with the mayor and my fellow council members and encourage town hall meetings to hear concerns of our citizens. I will also work collaboratively with the mayor and my fellow council members and research vital and innovative ways to bring new jobs and opportunities to our city. And I can guarantee you this, if I am elected as city council member for District 1, I will remember who I'm working for, and I'm working for the citizens of New Rose. And you all can depend on me if you all will afford me that opportunity. I appreciate your vote on November 4th. Thank you, and it's an honor to be here.
Thank you. Ms. Bernadine, is she here? Yes. There she is.
Thank you very much, Mr. Langwa, and thank the Chamber for inviting us to be here. It's been my pleasure to serve you, the citizens of New Rose, for nearly 12 years. Recently, when at the beginning of this past term, we came together as a council along with the mayor. We had what we call a goal-setting conference. We sat around the table, we talked about the things, we talked about goals that we planned for the city of New Rose. The issues that was brought up during the campaign, I put on the table. Stuff like the Martin Drive Road, where people had been requesting that road as an emergency outlet for that area for more than 30 years. I'm happy to report to you today that money have been appropriated for that road, and you'll see movement in that community very soon. We talked about economic development and jobs. That's one of the main reasons we build Memorial Boulevard, not for millionaires, but to attract businesses to the city of New Rose. That's what that street is for. Our children needed more recreation. We have spent in 3.5 years over $1 million in recreation in this community. Our people need housing. A couple of weeks ago, we had developers here looking at various pieces of property throughout the parish. The development near the Cherry Street area that was proposed, but the developer couldn't come up with the money. We now have somebody to buy that property. Housing will be in the city of New Rose. I'm not saying to you today what I'm gonna do. I'm telling you what we've already achieved. I believe if we stick together as a city, if we continue to work together as a unit, I believe the city is strong, I believe our future is great, and I believe together New Roads will become the kind of community all of us will be proud of.
Mr. Vernell Davis, please.
Thank you, Ms. Laura. First, I'd like to say good evening, everyone. And second of all, it's kind of hard to come behind Bernadine, I'm gonna tell you. They put me in this rut all the time. It's hard, it's really hard. But what I'd like to say to everyone, I'm 62 years old. I'll be 62 years old next month in October. I've worked for the city. I guess a lot of people don't know this. I've worked for the city for 31 years. That's half of my lifetime. So I know the ins and outs and the outs and ins of this city. I've worked under 4 mayors. And to tell you the truth, the mayors before Mayor Meyer, they were good people. You know, I can't say anything bad about them. I mean, I could, but I'm not. You know, but the thing about it is, you know, we're all one group of people here. You know, and I'm not gonna get up here and talk about this person, talk about that person, but I want to let you know this. In the 8 years that I've been a city councilman, 3.5 years of my life working with the mayor and this council here has improved the city of New Roads 1,000%. Not 100%, 1,000%. And like I said, the other mayors, the prior mayors, they did what they had to do. But this man here and the council, and like I said, nothing goes through him without us. So whatever he said, whatever he brings up, and whatever we talk about, we have to talk about it. We have to decide what we're going to do. And I mean, it's unbelievable. And if you think I'm kidding, if you think I'm lying or whatever, you just take your time and you just ride through New Roads. And it's going to speak for itself. I appreciate y'all vote. November 4th. My number is number 94. Vernell Davis. Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck to all the candidates. We have a couple of unopposed incumbents that I'd like to call up now. Mr. Anthony Daisy, if you'd like to come up and say a quick remark.
Good evening, everyone. And I guess first off would be a thank you. You know, thanks for all of you not opposing me there. So I get to walk in. It is a relief, but I'm still out there campaigning. And as stated before, you heard a lot, you know, and you've heard facts, you know, and I hope you adhere and listen to the facts. We're solvent. We have money. Whether it's 1 million or 3 million, we do have money in the bank. We're solvent. We've done things and made changes that were need to be done. You have to go out and get bonds. You have to seek lower tax money that you can, and this is what we did. And we freed up over $500,000 to cash money to do some of the things that you see through the city as you ride around and see the different things. And as you heard, as folks come through, man, I love New Roads. I love New Roads. Y'all doing this, y'all doing that. I go to conference conventions. They blowing us up. You know, they are physically actually blowing us up. You know, utility was my business for 30 years. I looked at a number of folks' utility bills. When the cold weather hit, and it was pretty cold, the first thing I look at your usage. I look at your kilowatts. And, you know, when you have 5,000, 6,000 kilowatts, you're burning too much utilities. Your bill will be higher. It will go up, folks, and that's something we do not have control. We're buying utilities from other individuals. And if you look at our last report, we are above Entergy, we're above REA, and your utilities aren't great because I got to pay one too. You know, when I work for energy, I had to pay energy, you know, but, you know, that's one thing that we have a minimum amount of control over. And the mayor did state we're looking at avenues of where we can make that better for everyone, because I don't want to pay that high utility bill myself, but sometime it comes, hey, you want to be comfortable, you want to be warm, you want to be cool, you want to cook, you know, so that happens. That is one of those unfortunate things. And we spoke of a summit. We tried that as a council to bring in the jury and the city to meet. We had one jury member to respond to try to meet with us so that we can collaborate, so that we can talk and come to an agreement and meet together as a council and as a juror. They did not, so this is where we're at. So once again, I say thank you, and let's vote number 84, 94, and 96 and work with the council that we have running. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Daisy. I'd like to call Mr. Kirk Clipper White, please.
All right, thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. I'd like to thank the Chamber for putting on this event. It's nice to see the attendance that came out. It shows that the citizens of New Roads are really concerned. I can't stand up any taller than that. We're gonna have to get this thing lower. That's the only short joke I'm gonna get from George. But anyway, again, thank y'all. You know, I heard a lot of things tonight from the opposing candidates that you know, the council was involved in a lot of decisions naturally. Some of it hit home. I'm not sure how much I can get into debating some of the issues that were brought up against the council. But there's a process. There's a process that we use when we get things done. There's a process in how utility rates are calculated. We don't have our own utilities other than the power plant. Okay, we have a small power plant here, but it doesn't have the capabilities of producing enough energy to power the whole town. Therefore, we have to buy our power. Now, I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with how the energy business works, but it literally changes by the second, 24/7. The utility rates are changing. They buy this stuff, it's like the stock market. They're buying it and selling it, going and coming. And we have to deal with that system. Now, we are a LEPA member city, okay? One of, I think, 12 member cities that we have been a LEPA city for the last 20 some odd years. We get our power through LEPA. That's where our prices are determined, okay? Everybody, all these candidates I hear, we gotta do something about these utility rates. We gotta do something. Well, I'm here to tell you, there's not a day that goes by that we're not working on utility rates. That is the #1 priority at this city hall, and I can tell you that this man right here, Robert Meyer, is as much involved with LEPA as anybody. We get visits. Just Cardell, who's the attorney for LEPA, was just at the city council meeting, okay? Now, I hear a lot about what the opposing candidates are gonna do and what they're not gonna do. I've been here 16 years. I have only seen these two opposing candidates at one council meeting. But here they're gonna stand up here and tell you how they're gonna do it. They've been to one meeting, and that meeting was when the auditor gave this annual report that they were expecting the auditor to tell us that we were broke. Guess what? Didn't happen. Didn't happen. I'm not going to go any further. I just want to say thank you. This is my 5th term. I want to thank all the citizens of New Roads that supported me. A comment was also made that I don't know how some of these council members can go to church and face the people. Well, let me tell you, the people that I go to church with and the people that I see in that barber shop every day put me in for my 5th term unopposed. So apparently they like
Thank you all very much. We're done for tonight. Thank you. Thank you all.